Okay, so we're now going to start to add some color in our cones. We're not doing the background today, that will be done next time. For today, what we're going to start to do is color in our cone and then our ice cream scoops. And if you notice in this example that I've started, I slowly started to mix colors in my scoops. So if you look at this very closely, you'll see there's more than one color in each one. So I'm going to teach you how to do that with the color wheel in art class. First, I want to show you how to do the ice cream scoop. You're going to have these black trays at your table, and in them you're going to have yellow and brown crayons. It doesn't matter if you start with yellow or brown first, but you're going to go in and push with a medium pressure with your first color. So I chose brown, but again, you can choose yellow first if you want. And again, we're just pushing with a medium amount of pressure because we have to mix two colors. And if we push too hard right away, what's going to end up happening is it won't mix for you. Now, I like to outline the shape first and then fill it in, my friends, when I'm coloring. I also like to go in different directions to make it look nice and smooth. So remember those coloring rules as you're working. All right, now I'm going to go in with a yellow crayon. And the harder I push on that yellow crayon, the more yellow you're going to see showing through your color. Also think about the brown too. The harder you pushed on that in the beginning, the more brown you're going to see. So if I go with the yellow and let's say my brown was really light and I didn't like it, what could I do to make that yellow more brown? I could go back even more brown if I wanted to. So by the time you've built up with layers and you slowly start to press a little more with your second color, you want your crayon to kind of be oily when you rub your hand on it. So we don't want a lot of white spaces, and we do want to build up so that it has that nice opaque color and it's not see-through. Later on, we're going to be adding some watercolor, so if that crayon isn't heavy enough, the watercolor will not work the way it needs to. Okay, so for the ice cream cones, your first color you can choose is completely up to you. So I'm just going to do blue for right now in this top cone. And again, this is a curved shape, so I want to go with the shape. Around it first. Sometimes, friends, I don't know if you know this trick, but if I have a round shape like this, I like to color in nice long circles so that I don't go outside the lines. So that's another trick too. So again, I'm just pushing kind of light with that first crayon. I can always go back with it if I want more blue later. And now I need to look closely at the color wheel and find that color I just used. So I just used blue. Why we're going to be looking at the color wheel is because we want to choose colors that mix well together. If you've ever mixed colors before, you might notice sometimes it gets really dark and heavy. That's because certain colors really don't work well together. They just don't get along. So to make our colors nice and bright, you're going to want to use right next to it on the color wheel. So if I find blue and I'm looking for the neighbors that are right next door, I'm going to pick either green or violet. Now they have to be exactly next door to that blue. Alrighty, so I'm going to now go in, find either green or violet. You know what? I'm going to pick a green, and I'm going to go over this with the green. If I want more green showing, I can press a little harder with that green, or I can go back with the blue later if I want more blue showing. Maybe I'll go back with that. And look how nice and beautiful those colors are when we mix them together. So what we're getting now is a blue-green instead of just a blue or a green. All right, so now in the second scoop, we're starting with a new set of colors. You again are going to pick any of the color you want. Now I'm going to remind you that brown, black, and gray are not colors, so we want to stay away from those. I'm going to just start with a yellow for this one. And you don't have to start with the same colors as me. You can start with whatever colors you want. Okay, after I get that yellow in, I look on the color wheel. Next door neighbor to yellow is either green or orange. So I'm going to now pick, I feel like doing orange. So the first color you put in that ice cream cone and scoop is up to you. The second color you must choose from the two. Okay, so I'm going to keep going, and when I get to my fly, I can even color blend in his body and get him colored. If you want to keep his eyes white, I would suggest that you fill those in with a white crayon for now, so that when we do watercolor, it glides right over.